Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Cancer, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Cancer, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Cancer, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Cancer, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle is our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Sun and we have the Fool. There's a blessing here as we take a leap of faith, as we go after something new and exciting and adventurous. And it's like, this is my time. This is definitely my time to move forward. And then in the inner self, we have the Strength, which is Leo energy. The King of Cups, which is us. We're represented by the Cups in the Minor Arcana. We're represented by the Chariot in the Major Arcana. And then we have the Knight of Swords. There's this sense of movement, but also like being this calm in the midst of a storm, or in the midst of everybody's frenzy. You sit in your knowledge, in your wisdom, in your power, in your truth, Cancer, and you are able to move forward in this powerful understanding, in this ferocity of being. Now, in our emotional self, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Harvest, which is judgment, which is like a balancing coming in. There's this beautiful connection to the sun and the harvest, and it's like all things are kind of coming together, and that is really quite beautiful. Then we have the Magician, as above, so below, as I think it, so it becomes. The Hangman, we're not going to be seeing things the same way as everybody else. And the Seven of Cups, a dream is going to be making itself known to us, and we're going to be making ourselves known to this dream. Now let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Cancer needs to be mindful of during August 1st to the 15th, 2021? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Freyalt. Freyalt is the Temperance in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And there's going to be a need for us to be very mindful of that which is taking us out of our balance, out of our harmony, out of our sense of self and consciousness and being and determination. The Freyalt is going to be this sense of, if I just push harder, if I just dig deeper, I'll be able to get to where it is that I want to be. We're going to really admire those type of people who say, I'm not satisfied with this, I'm just going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And there's going to be a time where it's like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I need to gather up the wisdom, digest the wisdom, find the balance in what I have now before I move forward, before I look for more. And that's going to be really important for us during this time, and not to be caught up in this energy that is going to be intoxicating. It's going to be intoxicating to be on this mission, to going after revelations and more and more and more. But it's like, digest what you have. And that's going to be intrinsically important to us. It then moves us to the chakra energy for this time. Cancer, August 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And it's love, the heart chakra. Letting our hearts be our guide, letting our hearts move us forward. Embracing our heart chakra without apology, without, questioning ourselves. Getting to say, this is my heart, this is my love, this is my joy, this is my passion, this is me. And I open my heart to me openly, honestly, and powerfully. That should be our mantra for this time. I open my heart to me. I let the blessings in. I'm going on that journey that I've always wanted to go on. I'm taking that leap, because that leap is going to lead us forward in a way that is just amazing. It's going to amaze us what can transpire during this time. It leads us to the sun. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Joy, happiness, success, prosperity, the light shining within us, and letting that light shine. Not being apologetic for it, not saying, no, this is wrong, or, I'm listening to everybody else's negativity, and I just have to change me so that I can fit in, so that people can understand me, so that whatever. It's like, no, I need to let my heart shine. And as I let my heart shine, as I let myself shine, as I let my soul shine, things are going to fall into place. There is going to be a bit of a resistance as we start living in this light, as we start letting ourselves shine forward. We are going to have the naysayers, the people who take you by eyes, who want to see you fall, who want to see you fail, who think that if you're successful, then I can't be. And that's human nature. That's going to be something that we face time and time again. But to say that I'm not going to be ruled by that is going to be everything. To be able to move ourselves forward in passion and in determination, and to listen to the naysayers. Well, not listen to them, hear them, and not let them rip us down. That is going to be the most powerful thing that we can do, Cancer, in our lives. And it starts to move us forward. It's letting this light shine within us. And it's kind of like, all of a sudden, the roads that were dark, the roads that we didn't even know were there, they start to illuminate. And we start to see ourselves being drawn towards them, kind of like a moth towards a flame. There's going to be something irresistible about its pull, about its power. And it leads us to the Fool. Now, the Fool, in medieval times, in court, was the person who could say what others could not. But the Fool is also the person who we look at and we say, you are a fool. And nobody wants to be a fool. Nobody wants to be thought of as foolish. The Fool is every single person who begins on this hero's journey, who finds their path in life, and who goes against the norm. It is every artist, it is every dreamer, every thinker outside of the box, every adventurer, every discoverer. And the Fool is going to be our greatest ally, our greatest passion, our greatest coming together. If we have the guts to follow it, to follow that rabbit down that hole, to see where it might take us. And it brings us then to the Knight of Swords. It brings us to being the hero of our story. It brings us to charging forward and cutting through doubts and fears and hardships and pains. There is going to be a part of us, as there always is a part of us, who wants to be rescued and wants to be saved and wants things to be easier. And that's just human nature. But this is a time where we find out the true knight in shining armor is ourselves. We are the ones who cut through the doubts, the fears, the negativity. Now, if we're born on the cusp of Gemini, this is going to come out quite profoundly, or if we have air sign energy within our charts. This is also going to be a time where we can be rather impetuous, and we have to be very mindful of that. where we have to, instead of thinking, okay, I'm charging forward, I'm being the hero of my tale. Sometimes it's just like, I want change and I need the change now, and this is as good as anything. Or I'm just so frustrated, I'm going to see what happens if. And sometimes that works out really well, and sometimes it doesn't. So we have to be mindful of this energy that is around us during this time, and the way that we're charging forward, and the reason behind why we are charging. It leads us then to the King of Cups. The King of Cups is this healing, beautiful energy. The King of Cups is actually one of my favorite kings. He embraces more of the sacred feminine than the other kings do, and he's that beautiful blend of the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. That's also why I'm very drawn to the Queen of Swords. She embraces more of the sacred masculine than the sacred feminine, and so, or in balance with the sacred feminine. So this is going to be with the King of Cups. This is going to be a harmonizing energy around us, and we have that power and that pull as water sign energies when the king comes in to have that harmonizing factor come forward. And what I love about the King of Cups is that even though he is a king, even though he is the actor upon the stage, the one the eyes turn to, the one that is noticed, the King of Cups is harmony and peace. The King of Cups says, I cannot rule everybody else, nor do I want to. My actions are all that I can rule in this tumultuous, tantalizing, overwhelming world. And so I stand in my power. I stand in my truth and my understanding. I stand in the essence that is me. And I open up my mind and myself to so much more than I ever imagined. So much more that I am and becoming and will always be. And so here is where we learn that it's not through force, but it is through example, that the greatest lessons are learned and the greatest realizations come. And it leads us then to strength. It leads us to determination and focus and the befriending of what should be an enemy. This can be our fears becoming our greatest allies. This can be what we were mocked for as children, becoming our greatest gift as adults. Because a boar in ancient Celtic world, and all these cards in the Llewellyn Tarot deck right here in the inner self, are from the Celtic world. This was the greatest enemy. This was the greatest foe, the greatest thing to be afraid of. And now the boar is running with the man. They have allied, or they should be enemies. And that's what we're going to see during this time. And it might be that the person that was our enemy becomes our ally, but there's also going to be the sense of that which I thought was my greatest weakness in life, that which I thought defined me in the most horrific way, or maybe not horrific, but scarring way that brought me trauma and drama and tears and hurts and pains, is now my greatest ally, is now the way I truly and openly and honestly see myself and call myself forward, not in a negative way, but in a sense of, I walked through that fire. I walked through that fire and I came out, reborn. It's kind of like reanointed in a power that nobody else will understand unless they walk through the fire too. And it brings us then to the Eight of Wands. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. And here, she has this work desk set out, or this work area set out. And she is changing the normal tree stick into a wand. And there is nothing more miraculous than that. To change that which appears to be common into that which is extraordinary. The Eight of Wands is change which you cannot stop. It is coming whether you want it or not. Here is the time to embrace, to look at, to push things forward. Here's the time in our hearts to say, I've been sculpting this, carving this, working with this for so long. What am I afraid of? Why am I afraid of letting it show? Why am I afraid of letting myself shine? And it brings us the harvest, the judgment, the bounty, the little tiny gnome handing an apple, saying all of this is for you. All of this bounty, all of this brilliance, all of this beauty. That which set you apart now raises you above. That which you put the hard work into does not cast you out, but rise you up. Raise you up to the place that you need to stand. This is a time where we are going to look at ourselves and might think, I should have done better. I could have done better. I would have done better if. But instead saying to ourselves now, this is my passion, this is my beauty, this is my brilliance. I move forward in the power that is me, the harvest that I have worked towards, and the magic that is guiding me. It brings us to the magician. The magician is, as above, so below. As you think it, so it will become, for better or for worse. If there are negative thoughts tumbling around in your head, Cancer, those negative thoughts will bring themselves into reality, one way or another. If there are positive thoughts tumbling around in your head, those positive thoughts will bring themselves to life, one way or another. As above, so below. And this is also all our gifts coming forward. All your gifts guiding you, all your gifts working with you, all the elemental power that is within you, coalescing to become more than what you are right now, to stand before the altar of your existence and call forward your grace, your determination, your focus, and your will. This is a time where if you put your mind to it, you can tumble mountains. You can make seas part. You can do what is considered impossible, and it will be extraordinary. Now, it might not be dramatic, but there will be times during this time period where it's like, if I put my mind to it, if I focus my energy and my power, the extraordinary becomes part of my ordinary. So why aren't I doing that? Why am I sabotaging myself? Why aren't I standing before the altar of my existence, claiming me boldly and proudly? Why do others do it, but I cannot? Or I falter, or I always think less of myself. It's time to stop. It's time to see that I see things differently. And I will always see things differently. And it's not a time to conform. It's a time to stand out. It's a time where everybody's going this way. Try to go that way. See what happens. The hangman is different. And it's kind of like that poem that says, so what if I'm different and don't act like them? I'm not going to change and be someone I'm not. I like who I am and I'm all that I've got. It's a favorite poem of mine when I was really little, like around 9. It's time to be different. It's time to say, I don't see it the same way as you. That's not bad. And yet, the first reaction we're going to have is, oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong. Look at the way that you're seeing yourself. Look at the way you're seeing your world. Yes, it is important to call ourselves out of delusionment. Sometimes we're not ready for things. Sometimes the way that we think things are supposed to happen is not the way divinity shows us, like is showing us that they're supposed to happen. So we have to let go of our preconceived notions and let ourselves see the scene differently. This can also be letting ourselves see our own scene differently. And as we see it differently, we become empowered. We become emboldened. We, look at that energy, power within us, and we start to hear and see the brilliance on the wind, whispered in the susurrations of the trees, in the way the light falls through the window. All of a sudden, everything has a message, a reason, a guidance for us, and it brings us to the 7 of Cups. It brings us to dreams being revealed. It brings us to insight and ideas. It brings us to that which was in darkness now becoming illuminated. And there's a sense of wonderment. There's a sense of, oh, that's the reason, right? That's the reason why. And instead of keeping our dreams locked away, held away for another day, another time, it's like, why can't I bring this to the surface? Why can't I move this forward? Why can't I be my living dream? Our subconscious energy to be mindful of during this time is the Queen of Swords. It's being too logical, and it's letting logic dictate everything. Now, it's not saying, sell all your possessions or give everything away and just go and roam the world. But if that's what you want to do it. But it's saying, have a plan. Look at things. Do not let others tell you that you are wrong, because it does not fit into their sensibilities. But you also have to be honest with who we are. What were we raised for? What was important to us when we were being raised? Did our caregivers celebrate us being part of the group and part of, a collective whole? Or was it that you all stand alone and you have to stand alone? You're in it for yourself. There's this complexity to us. What is it that we honor? What is it that we love? What is it that we want? And stop letting everybody else's logic, quote unquote logic, tear you down. Because they'll let it. Unless this person is living such a blissful life that they never doubt and they never fear, then they shouldn't tell you what to do. This is a time where the questions come. And just because a person is asking the tough questions, and just because they're talking plainly, and you think, oh, okay, this is real talk, doesn't mean that they're in there for the betterment of you. It can mean that they're just being cruel. Because sometimes people just are. Because they want to be. Because their life is hard. Because, they were dealt with cruelty. Our subconscious chakra energy is communication. This is the throat chakra. We need to communicate. There are things that need to be said. And we're not going to say them. We're not going to say them to ourselves. We're not going to say them to others. We're going to think, oh, no. And it's not this energy coming forward, okay? It's not the being mean. It's not the saying nasty things to say nasty things. It's not being a mean, spiteful person. It's just needing to speak. Needing to speak and say what is intrinsically important to us. But this is also understanding that we're communicating on a much deeper level. This isn't just about the words being said. This is the silence in between the words, where everything is said. This is the body language. This is the aura energy. This is the psychic energy. We're picking up on all of it. And so when we're having a conversation with somebody, it's way deeper than what that person might even think is going on. We have to be aware of that and be mindful of it, because what we're getting from something is going to be probably a lot more than that person intends to be giving to you. It then moves us to our subconscious rooted message, which is temperance. The same energy that we have to be mindful of. That's what's going to let our light shine so brightly and let us be those adventurers. It's balance. It's harmony. It's looking at ourselves and saying, I need to be in balance with me. It brings us then to our subconscious inner self, which is the Four of Pentacles. No, the Three of Pentacles. There we go. And the Three of Pentacles here, I love it. I love it because it's quiet and calm. It's understanding that I guard that which is going to make my life easier. Money is important. Anybody who tells you money isn't important either has always had it or has a scheme going on. Money is how we pay our bills. Money is how we get safety and security. With the Three of Pentacles here, it's hard work and it's collaboration. That's the traditional idea of the Three of Pentacles. But with her, it's the intricacy that she is creating. It's the warmth that she will be providing through this blanket. But it's also her guarding. With a foot on the pentacles, two of them, and the jug on the other, she is guarding that which she has worked for. It's not hoarding it away, but it's saying, I'm not being foolish. I'm not being foolish with my money. I'm not being foolish with what I've worked for and earned. It can be money or what we value as much as money. I'm guarding it. I'm cherishing it. I'm building it. What we create is going to bring us prosperity. And that prosperity is going to be astoundingly important to who we are, but also our sense of comfort and self-worth. It leads us then to our subconscious heart self, which is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is logic and cutting to the heart of the matter. He's also the warrior king. He is the king who sees and understands, who uses logic and can use it as a weapon, but also uses the mind, the way things coalesce and come together, to guide himself forward, to guide those around him forward. There's an energy of kings around us during this time. Utilize it. Honor it. Honor it and use your knowledge. Let your heart and your mind come together, because that is a person who is astoundingly powerful, who emotionally and mentally understands. And it brings us then to our subconscious public self. And that is the Two of Cups, unity and love, caring and compassion. The Minor Arcana Lover's card, a sense of coming together, towards that which makes us whole, towards that which is the completion of why we're here. It can be only for a moment, but in a moment, glimpsing our eternity, glimpsing our purpose, glimpsing the very essence of our souls. That's enough. That's astoundingly powerful. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power that is to come. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.